It's very disturbing that some media and politicians, either intentionally or mistakenly addressing Uyghurs as a minority in China or Chinese minority. As a matter of fact, Uyghurs are the majority population in Chinese-occupied East Turkestan. Based on Chinese census of 2020, Uyghurs and other Turk ethnic people are still the majority in East Turkestan. Chinese government implemented mass migration policy to dilute the composition of native people. It's true that within the last 71 years in East Turkestan, Chinese population has increased from 4% in 1949 to 45% in 2020. However, Chinese should still be considered as an occupying force despite the increase of their numbers, since vast majority of them were forced to migrate to East Turkestan and have no desire to stay there. How could an ancient people with a population totaling more than 25 million, living in a territory of 695,000 square miles, which is approximately 3 times of France, be a minority in China? If the people of a being occupied country could be named as minority of an occupied country, then British Empire could have named 1/3 of the world population as English minorities in early 19th century. Mongolian Empire could have called entire Chinese population as Mongol minorities in 1300s. Soviet Union could have named all people of Central Asia and Eastern Europe as minorities of Russia. Turkey could also have named all people lived under Ottoman Empire as minorities of Turkey. Apparently, this logic doesn't apply to any intellectual human being. If the logic is based on the size of the Chinese population of 1.4 billion, which outnumbered any country on earth, then China could easily name all people on the face of the earth as minorities of China. That's probably what China is ultimately looking for. East Turkestan has been historically an independent territory of Turk people for several thousand years. Manchu Empire annexed the region in the late 18th century and renamed it to new territory in 1840. Since then, the people of the region raised up against Manchu Chinese invaders and established 3 independent countries: Kashgaria from 1825 to 1833, East Turkestan Islamic Republic in 1933, and East Turkestan Republic from 1944 to 1949. Chinese communists have been militarily occupying East Turkestan since 1949 because of the former Soviet Union, Great Britain, and the United States handed over the sovereignty of East Turkestan to China per geopolitical reason after the end of World War II. It's time now that Russia, England, US, and the international community correct the biggest mistake made in 1945 in Yalta Conference, punish China for committing Uyghur genocide, and help to restore the independence of East Turkestan. Uyghurs are not a minority. Instead, Chinese are the invaders who are implementing China's vicious genocidal plan to eradicate the native people of East Turkestan and forever occupy a foreign country.